FerociousWraith.
Welcome back, my fellow fiends, to my channel. On March 10th, we finally got the announcement that MultiVersus is coming back on May 28th. And I had some positive and some negative things to say about this game over the years, but I definitely had a lot of fun streaming this game way back when. So, without further ado, I have 10 characters, or maybe more, that I'd like to see added to this game over time. So, let's get to it. Now, I think the character that I'd really like to see most, or characters, if you will, would be the Ed boys, Ed, and Eddy. Massive part of my childhood, and I can't believe they weren't even in the game already. They are icons of Cartoon Network. And here's the thing. You could always make them a little trio character. You could have the ability to switch between the Ed boys at any time. Or you could just have Eddy be the rep and have the others come in as like assists. But I would definitely love to see Ed and Eddy. I'd love to see the cul-de-sac. I'd love to see some cameos from all the different characters like Rolf, like Jimmy, like Sarah, like the Kanker sisters. I mean, come on. There's so many things you could do with Ed and Eddy, and I think it would be a great addition to MultiVersus. Now, next up, I have the Mortal Kombat characters. I was gonna have one here, but come on. We can't just have Scorpion. We can't just have Sub-Zero. I think we need both of them. So I'm just gonna give number 2 to Scorpion and Sub-Zero, my boys. Hanzo, and of course Bi-Han, or maybe Kuai Liang, maybe as a, alternate costume. But yeah, I'd love to see some Mortal Kombat representation here, because way back when I always wanted Scorpion or maybe Sub-Zero to be the rep for Smash Bros, and that never came to be. So what better game than MultiVersus that happens to have the rights to Mortal Kombat? So this, I believe, is a given. I mean, come on. You can have Scorpion, you could have Sub-Zero, and you can put him on the pit or something classic, You could do Living Forest, you could do the pit, you could do the portals area. I mean, there's just so much. Like, with Mortal Kombat, I think it's a no-brainer. If you're going to do some video game reps, Mortal Kombat has to be the first on the list. Next up is another very popular, wanted one for a lot of people. I'd like to see Neo of the Matrix. I mean, come on, man. Sure, I'd love to see John Wick, but I think Neo would be my Keanu rep if there was such a category, because, man, Neo is cinema. Literally inspired so many different action movies over the years, and it would be just amazing to see Neo with like some dodging abilities, just some epic fighting moves. I mean, come on. He's the one. We got to have some Matrix in here. I mean, think about what they could do with that stage too, man. If you go into the Matrix, that'd be fun. I'd like to see that. Going on to number 4, I think we need to see some more big boys. So how about both Godzilla and King Kong? Now, I may not be fully knowledgeable, I will admit, to these characters, but I have seen some of their movies, and recently, of course, Godzilla vs. Kong. What a great movie. I mean, just so much fun. How awesome would it be to see characters like Godzilla or King Kong? But you know what? I'm going to throw in another one. Since I didn't add it to my list, it's an omission. I'm going to add it. Screw it. 11. I don't care. The next one on this one is Optimus Prime. We need some Transformers representation. So, yeah, for some reason, number 4 has also Optimus Prime. Because, you know what? We need some big boys. And I think Godzilla, King Kong, and Optimus Prime would just be fantastic. But speaking of words like fantastic, even though it's a different universe entirely, let's talk about the Justice League. Yeah, I could have just said Flash, I could have just said Green Lantern, but no. Number 5 is, in fact, for the Justice League, because we don't even have the whole Justice League yet. Yet we have Black Adam, so I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. Where's Flash? Where's Green Lantern? Maybe some Teen Titans action? I don't know. It's DC. And I think number 5 is a no-brainer for DC characters in a Warner Brothers fighting game, so how about that? My next category, I guess since we're doing that now, we're going to go to number 6, since it's going off the rails. But number 6 is Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise. He's another character owned by Warner Bros., I believe at this time, at least I hope. So, yeah, if there was any slasher icon I would add, it would 100% be Jason. Because he was, of course, in Mortal Kombat 10. So if they could possibly add him to MultiVersus, I think that would be pretty sick. I mean, you know Jason. I mean, everybody knows Jason. The hockey mask. He'd be instantly recognizable, and his moveset would be pretty fun. I would love to, you know, body slam those cartoon characters, you know, just go crazy as my boy Jason. I think that would just be amazing. But why don't we move on to number 7? I already said DC, but you know what? Number 7's got to be Peacemaker. Because we need a John Cena rep up in here, and yeah, Peacemaker would be 100% the move right now because Peacemaker is huge. John Cena, huge. So I think MultiVersus, if they could somehow get John Cena to voice Peacemaker, that would be something. Moving on to number 8, we need some Lord of the Rings representation up in here, and I put this down to 2 characters. I mean, I would love to see practically anyone from the Lord of the Rings universe. I'm a massive fan, grew up with those movies. But if I could only have about 1 or 2, I'd probably choose between Gandalf or Aragorn. With Gandalf, you could have Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White, or Aragorn. He can use bows, swords, whatever have you, just not magic. That's why I kind of think you need both characters. Because, yeah, this is Warner Bros. We need some Lord of the Rings up in here. So, yeah. But if I could add a 3rd secret character to this category right here, it'd be Talion from the Shadow of Mordor franchise. Because he can do just about anything. That guy's cool. I mean, that's one of my inspirations from my name, actually, FerociousWraith. I got it a little bit from my boy Talion from Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. So, how about some Lord of the Rings up in here? Moving on to number 9, I do believe we need a little bit of Lego representation too. So number 9 has to go to one man. That would be Emmett from the Lego movie. With Emmett, you could do so many things. He is, of course, a master builder, a brain chaotic as you could possibly think. He is, without a doubt, hard to predict. So how about we get some Emmett for number 9 as a Lego representation. The amount of different Lego sets he could put in there. You could do some Bionicle cameos. I don't care. Just give me some Legos, man. You could do just about anything. You could have Lego Batman come in there and freaking help him out some way. Imagine they had Lego Batman as well. Just have Lego Batman versus Batman. That'd be crazy. But get Will Arnett in there as well, you know? Will Arnett to play Lego Batman. That would be fun. Last but not least, we're going to have to cook with this one. We're going to have to add the guy that's been everywhere when it comes to MultiVersus. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I speak of. They call him the one who knocks Heisenberg. Walter White. You gotta have Breaking Bad somehow in this, and yes, if you've seen every MultiVersus post you find, you'll see Walter White from MultiVersus, you know, going up in there and making some kind of cool reference. I mean, come on. If we gotta have some cool characters, we need some meme characters, we need some characters that everybody's gonna be talking about, everybody's gonna be playing as. You got Rick and Morty, so what's stopping you from doing Walter White? That would be nice. I love Breaking Bad, of course. I love that show. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. So, yeah. Of course. Who better for the final choice than the one who knocks Walter White? Well, anyways, guys, that's all for my top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever it was list. But, yeah, I'm excited to see some MultiVersus. I hope they make some changes. I'm gonna make some more videos. I'm gonna make a video on following up on what I'd like to see from this game moving forward, since I made one way in the past, but I'm gonna release my thoughts on the recent trailer we had. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.